Hi ladies, so this is week 2 for the video series of DR Split. And this week I want you to concentrate on posture. So we're going to continue to do the 3 exercises that you started last week. And then we are going to work on posture and really paying attention to your posture this week to ensure that you are not aggravating the DR split or your recovery. Because what happens, and I know many of you have heard this from me before, you can spend 10 minutes of doing these exercises every day, but when you're spending 23 hours and 50 minutes doing something else, that 10 minutes doesn't matter anymore. So today I want to talk to you about your posture and hopefully kind of explain a few things to help you get into the right posture. So the first thing has to do with you standing tall. When you are standing around, I understand that especially with children, we're going to be making different moves, but the goal is to stand neutral with your toes facing forward. So try to get out of the stance of pushing one foot out into this duck stand position, knee bending. So you want to try to keep both your feet facing forward. And the key here is to make sure that you are stacking your hip over top of your ankle. After having children, many of us start to do this little hip push forward, and then you're ending up, so your hips go forward, and then because of gravity, you're pulling back with your shoulders to kind of help maintain this gravitational thing. We have this crazy arch of the low back, and we have a really hard pull on the linea alba, which causes DR split. Not causes it, but exacerbates DR split. So we need to make sure that we are pushing our hips back over our heels. The first few times you do this, you're going to feel like you're falling backwards. Hips need to be directly over top of the ankles. A good way to tell you're doing this correctly is to lift your toes up off the floor. If you're pressing through your toes when you stand, then you know that you are pushing forward. So lift your toes up. Your weight should be on your forefoot and your heels. And if you look down, your hip, think hip where I push out, that little bone should go straight down to the ankle, right? Should line up straight to the ankle. The next thing that you're going to do, so you've got that correct, but still you might have this little pelvic tilt, which I know a lot of you have because I see it in class. So take your hands, place them in a triangle. First, before you place them in the triangle, place your hands on your hip bones. Then you're going to bring them together in a triangle. So thumbs should be here, pubic bone here. If you cannot see your fingertips when you look down, you have a pelvic tilt. So you need to tilt your pelvis. I'm trying to show you here. I'm going to exacerbate this. So I'm going to tilt my pelvis until I can see my fingertips. What happens? Your glutes fire on. I'm not squeezing my glutes like I'm trying to squeeze a pencil between my butt cheeks, but they are active right now. I can feel them. They've kicked on. You may have been able to see the difference in my glutes when I did that. So we go here, and then as I pull them under, my glutes activate. Good thing to keep glutes from atrophying, and now I can see my fingertips. So trying to work doing things this way. I know it's going to be awkward, difficult, uncomfortable in the beginning, but the more you practice this, a lot of times I will practice this when I'm cleaning dishes, doing laundry, making dinner, so pretty much all my life. Those are things that I'm working on. The other thing when you are sitting in a chair, let me grab a chair. This is going to be a longer video than expected because I don't have my equipment. Ready. Okay. So another thing that occurs when we sit in a chair is a lot of us sit back and relax. So this is creating some inappropriateness with our core. Your muscles aren't having to work at all. It's just really not good posture, if you can see. The other thing that occurs if I say sit up straight to people is then they push their pelvis forward. So now their pelvis, if you look down, do your finger thing again, the triangle, my pelvis is tilted, my low back is swayed again. Stress on the linea alba as well. So we need to make sure that we sit up nice and tall, still being able to see those fingertips. Core is actually working. Is my belly button pulled back towards my spine? No, that's not good either. That creates a lot of internal pressures. We're not looking for that. Everyday life, you should be sitting up straight. Core should be active but not stressed. So not actively working is what I mean. It should be active in a sense of holding the body upright, but not pulled in tight like we're wearing tight jeans and we can't breathe. So something else to practice is just sitting up nice and tall. If you are not one for perfect posture, this is going to get tiresome. You will need to rest. You will get tired doing this. So rest when you need to, but when you think about it, sit up straight. Even if you're sitting on a couch or something, push yourself away from the back of the couch and try to sit up straight for a little bit. It will help. Then the last thing, plus you're getting a core workout without really having to get down and work your core. The last exercise is, it's not an exercise. Next thing in regards to posture is laying on your back. So I kind of discussed this the other day, I think last week when I talked about laying on your back. When we lay our feet all the way down and we're laying down, those of us, actually most of us I would say, I don't want to say, well, yeah, there's a lot of you I believe, those of us who have had children are going to have this sway back. So I now can put my hand underneath my back. That's not good. Again, pulling on the linea alba. Sorry about my clock going off. So when we are laying down, you need to be working again on tilting that pelvis slightly. We're not curling it up towards the ceiling or anything. Just tilting it up so that it's in neutral so we can't place our hands behind our back. Now this can be really uncomfortable, so you might need to get a cushion or something to place under your legs to kind of help bring everything into neutral, or sometimes just that pillow will help to bring everything into neutral. So when you're laying in bed, just kind of pay attention to what's happening to your back, because if you're here, you know, the whole 6 to 8 hours of sleeping, you're again straining that linea alba. So hopefully those give you some tips on posture that you're going to concentrate on this next week while you do the 3 exercises that I gave you last week. So that is it, ladies. Hope you all have a wonderful day and are enjoying summer.
Put it on.